Awesome. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for a 90-minute 26 and 2 yoga class. We will start with 5 rounds of sun salutes to warm up our body, and then we'll hop into 26 and 2 yoga, 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises. If at any point something does not feel right for your body, remember that you can modify a posture, you can do something else, or you can skip it entirely. Yoga can be challenging at times, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain, a point where we could cause harm for ourselves or others. For the sun salutes, you're going to stand towards the top of your mat, feet close together. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. We'll start with 2 half sun salutes, which are really wonderful options, especially if you have wrist or shoulder injuries. So we'll start with 2 half sun salutes and then go into 3 full sun salutes. But if the half salutes are speaking to you, keep doing those. Okay, feet close together, arms down by your sides, stand up nice and tall. Bring your hands together at heart center, and we'll move our body to our breath. On your inhale, lift up towards the ceiling. Look up as if you're saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. Exhale again, bend your knees, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Let's do 1 more of those. Inhale, lift your arms, lift. Exhale as you fold. Make your exhale a little longer than your inhale. Inhale, lengthen. You want your hips over heels, weight in the balls of your feet, back flat. Exhale, fold. Knees can bend, relax your head, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. So you can continue the half salutes or join me for 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, lift your arms, lift up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees, take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. It feels so good. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale through your nose, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lift. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into your plank or tabletop and let's hold here for a moment. If that lowering down motion doesn't work for you, skip it, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, hug your elbows in and imagine you're pulling yourself down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. If you're doing up dog, thighs off the floor. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. If you're doing down dog, spread your fingers wide, root down through your knuckles, the pads of your hands, the space between your index finger and thumb, so that you're not putting all of your body weight in your wrists. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, try to come up, chest lifted, look up. Exhale, hands down. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. For your last down dog, try to get your heels on the floor. If your heels are not touching the floor, you can take a wider stance. If you have tight hamstrings, you can micro bend your knees to take weight away from the backs of the legs. Otherwise, press your thighs back, lift your hips up, push the floor away from you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes. Exhale, hands down. Wonderful. So that's our little warm up. We will now hop into our beloved 26 and 2 yoga sequence. Come to the middle of your mat with your feet close together, toes, heels touching nicely for 2 sets of pranayama, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. You'll inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, all the time against the back of your throat. Your nose and your mouth are just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as slow as possible, as long as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. You can rock your weight into your heels, stomach in, relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back, arms forward, elbows touch. Good, inhale. Elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down, look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down, breathe in through your nose, down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide, HA, sound, look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So at the beginning of class, we're starting to work on our body awareness. Notice if you're rocking back and forth or side to side. Exhale, head up. You want to keep the weight in your heels the whole time. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, lock your legs. Inhale, head down. So just the neck and arms are moving. Lower body stays still like a statue, chin down, elbows up. Exhale, head up. Just your head drops back. No backward bending. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. As you inhale, suck your stomach in. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, even as you exhale, stomach in, look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push and squeeze. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set. Make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push and squeeze, elbows touch. Change, arms down, roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together, interlock your fingers, cross the thumbs, switch the grip, glue opposite thumb on top. Okay, second set I'll say a little bit less. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, tailbone down, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up, breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly push your head back, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full lungs. Exhale, head up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Elbows touch. 1. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, keep the shoulders soft, chest proud. So shoulders down, elbows up. Exhale, even as you exhale, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down, 2 more. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. Ardha Chandrasana with Padastasana, half moon with hands to feet pose, feet together. Inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight grip. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward so your hips and pelvis are opening to the wall in front of you. Squeeze your palms together, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Stomach in, chest up, arms back a little bit more, squeeze your palms together. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight lines, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility, creating a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day and there's no rush. Know where you need to be, nothing you have to prove to yourself or to anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out through your nose. Keep the weight in your heels, push your hips a little forward, upper body back, touch your arms to your ears. Push your left hip a little forward, get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Inhale, lengthen your arms. Exhale, come down, push your hips to the left. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Weight in the heels, hips forward, arms back, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right, still breathing in and out through your nose. So I find that my practice changes seasonally, but also depending on the time of day that I'm practicing. So for example, I'm more tight at 10 a.m. like right now than I am at 6 p.m. And you might feel the same way. So, maybe if the last class you took was at night, you felt a little bit more open, and here you're going like, why am I a little tight or crunchy? Just remember that, even though the yoga stays the same, external factors change a lot. And that's one of the beautiful things about this practice. So don't try to match what you did last time, right? Don't try to match what I'm doing. You just want to find a place that feels good to you, that feels like you're really honoring your body and what it needs in this moment. Push your right hip a little forward, 2 hips in line. Left shoulder a little forward, 2 shoulders in line. If it feels good, get a little deeper at the end. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Take a deep breath. Full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake. Look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. Whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back, bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels. Notice if knees are bending, lift up a little bit, keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Arms over ears, hands to floor, drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padastasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, stomach in, and lift your hips up. Touch stomach to thighs, chest to knees, let your head hang heavy. Eventually face touches the shins below the knees, no room for light and air between the upper and lower body. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes.
Lift your hips up, push your knees back, keep pulling, keep stretching, keep breathing, eyes open, roll forward, hips up, knees back, stretch, and change. Come up with a flat back. You want to lift the lower ribs up as you come up. Good, arms down, and you stand a little taller. Second set, feet together. Inhale your arms over your head, sideways, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, hips forward, arms back, stretch up tall, stomach in, and slowly bend to the right as you press your hips to the left, still breathing in and out through your nose. Use your right hand to pull your left hand to the top right corner of the room. Push your left heel into the floor, push your right heel into the floor, push your left hip a little bit further to the left, push your right hip a little bit further to the left, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Come down without bending elbows, without bending knees, push your hips to the right, stretching the right side body, toning the left side body, don't collapse. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back, neck in line with the rest of your spine, no back bending. Push your right hip a little forward, two hips in line, left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, 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 change, inhale to come up. Second heart opener, deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, drop your head back, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Whole spine back bending, whole front of the body stretching, keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs, lift your chest, keep your eyes open, push your hips forward, lift your chest up, push your hands away from your face, arms back, look back, palms together, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold, lead with the lower ribs, hands to floor, drop your head, go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Notice what's a little bit more loose in the second set and what's still a little tight and tender, and there's no right or wrong to that question. A lot of yoga is just an opportunity to like check in, right? You're checking in with your body. You're also checking in with your heart and your mind. Like, is it easy to be here in your body or is the mind wandering? I invite you to be here now. Second set, Padasana. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up. Push your big toes down, spiral your inner thighs back, suck your stomach in. Eyes open, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, try to lock your legs. Exhale, breathing, lock your legs, roll forward, lock your legs, eyes open, lock your legs, last chance, lock your legs, lock your legs, lock your legs. Change, come up, arms with your ears, hands together, nice, arms down, and you stand a little taller. Okay, awkward Utkatasana. Step your right foot to the right about 6 inches, hip width distance, not too big of a step. Insides of your feet perfectly parallel like 11s. Keep your feet here the whole time. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, abdomen tight, stomach in. All 5 fingers together, thumb with index finger. Reach your arms forward, stick your butt out, bend your knees, sit down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back. Keep your neck nice and long. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight, bring a little bit more weight back into your heels, shoulders down, chest up, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide, come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. I'm not gonna do this posture because of a toe injury. Lift your heels, stretch up, bend your knees, and sit down. Keep sitting down until your hips are into a chair. Lift your left heel, right heel, press your shins forward, heels a little higher, knees a little higher, lean back into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up, still breathing. Keep your arms there, squeeze your knees together, thighs together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body, stop whenever you want, or keep sitting down and stop when there's a half-inch gap between your hips and your heels, so you're never resting. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight from the side, looks like you're holding a box. Abdomen in, chest up, change, slowly come up, knees together, thighs together. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms and legs down, take a breath.
Go again, second set, step your right foot to the right, same footprint, hip width distance, insides of your feet perfectly parallel. Arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, fingertips active, abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down so you can stick your butt out and fold forward. You can even touch your stomach to your thighs, what helps you to sit down. Keep your triceps super tight, fingertips active, and start to lean back as you look forward. Keep your neck long, shoulders back, chest proud, bring a little bit more weight back into your heels, hips back a little bit more, chin up, chest up, change, come all the way up, stop in the middle, push your hips a little forward, like rather than sticking your butt out, you're gonna tuck your tailbone under, pull abdomen in, spread your toes wide, and lift your heels as high as they go, right? Heels all the way up, spine straight, bend your knees, sit down, and lean back. So whenever I have an injury, I focus on what I can do rather than what I can't do, and I encourage you to do the same if you ever need to. Sit down, lean back, change, inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body. Keep squeezing the knees, thighs together. Squeeze your knees together and forward. Lift up a little bit so your hips are a little bit higher than your knees. Pull your abdomen in, stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling, and change. Slowly come up, knees together, thighs together. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms and legs down. Take a breath. Eagle pose, Garasana. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm, right under left, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies towards the front wall. You can also interlock your fingers, grab a thumb, or grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, stay down there, lean back and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Cross your legs each other, twist like ropes. Try to wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle as you breathe in and out through your nose. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit back and down, lean your upper body back at the end. Beautiful, change, feet together, arms over your head, left side, big stretch up, swing your left arm, zoom, under right arm, left under right. Sometimes I like to interlace my fingers and kind of work out the wrists, trying to get the fingertips more in line, then palms together, thumbs towards your nose, eventually fingertips go below the nose, bend your knees, sit back and down, keep your hips into a chair, lean back, and bring your left leg over your right leg as high as possible. Cross twist and breathe through the nose. You might notice that this side feels a little or a lot different from the other side. It does for me, and that's okay. We're not symmetrical. Yoga is not about symmetry, it's about self-realization, right? As long as you're being good to yourself, checking in with yourself, you're doing just fine. Knees a little to the left, upper body to the right. You want your wrists, elbows, knees, and ankles all in one line. Bring the weight back into your heels, so move your shin back, and then move your hips back. Sit back and down, pull your elbows down, stomach in, lean your upper body back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, right in the second set. Bring right arm under left arm, think bicep under tricep, pull elbows down, one day fingers below the nose, bend your knees, sit back and down, lean back, and bring right leg over left leg. Think hamstring over quadricep. Cross twist and breathe. Focus on squeezing the inner thighs together. You're decompressing all the major joints in the body, right? Shoulder blades, scapula, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles. Left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward. Sit back and lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Last one. Bring your left arm under your right arm. Pull elbows down, reconnect to your breath. Sit down low, stay down there, lean back, and bring your left leg over your right leg. Still breathing, relax your jaw, relax your face, seal your lips. Take a breath. Right hip a little forward, two hips in line, left shoulder a little forward, elbows over knees. Now bring right knee to right and left knee to left, right elbow to right, left elbow to left. Feel deep compression running down the center line of your body among all your major joints. Push palms together, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, arms down. Party time, you can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. Let us continue. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana Janushirasana. This is our balancing series, cardiovascular part of class. Shift your weight to your left leg, squeeze your left thigh, lock your left leg. You can lift your right leg up parallel to the floor, point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, round down and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken, you have no knee. If you've been coming for a while, your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble, face relaxed. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently. Lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower, standing leg locked. Notice if your heel is turning in and your knee is turning out. Move your heel a little to the right, drop your right hip down, square off your hips. Take a breath, kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. If both legs lock, start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to the calf muscles, bring the chest and shoulders down. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, slowly, reverse, out. You can put your hands on your back, do a little back bend, or a knee bend, Shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, and lift your left leg up. Point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back, especially your pinky toe. Notice if one hip is higher than the other, you're gonna drop your left hip down, 2 hips in line. This is a common movement in physical therapy. Option to stay here or round down and pick up your left foot. So one of the differences between physical therapy and yoga is that physical therapy is just that, it's therapy for your body. But yoga is more like a healing tool for your body, mind, and spirit. Lock your right leg, suck your stomach in, and lift your left leg up. So while physically some of the motions might be similar to other healing techniques, with yoga, through our breath, we connect the mind to the body, right? Press your heel forward, flex your toes back. If your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up and pushing your knee back so your knee is over your ankle rather than your big toe. If both legs lock from the side legs, make an L like Linda, puff up your chest and bend elbows down. Rather than tensing up the shoulders, roll the shoulders back and down away from your ears like rabbit pose. Keep coming down. One day elbows go below the calf muscle, heel forward, toes back. Change, slowly reverse, out. You can put your hands on your back again and do a little back bend, or knee bend. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. Squeeze your left thigh tight. Lift your right leg up. Flex your toes back, especially your pinky toe. Stomach in, round down, and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Press your heel forward, flex your toes back. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock, you feel tremendous stretching feeling on the backs of both legs. Bend elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. And put your forehead on your knee. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Whenever you're ready, reverse out, take your time. If you're having a breakthrough, keep going. Shift your weight to your right leg. Squeeze your right thigh tight, contract your inner thigh, outer thigh. Lift your kneecap, squeeze your glute, lift your left leg up. Flex your toes back. You want your heel under your knee. So from the side, leg makes a 3-sided box. Stomach in, stretch up, round down, and pick up your foot. All 10 fingers interlock. You are welcome to lift your thigh, your knee higher into your chest so that you don't have to round down so much. When you're ready, lift your left leg up. Heel forward, toes back, heel a little to the left. If both legs lock, lock your arms, lengthen your spine first, and then bend elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Whenever you're ready, take your time coming up step by step. Good for you, and change. Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana Dhanurasana. Feet together, bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right, give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger, left arm up and back, right hip forward and down, knees together to start. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously, Kick your right leg back and up. And sometimes if you're like me, even the setup is enough. You're always welcome to stay in the setup or start to come down. Keep your chin and chest lifted. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, breathe through your nose. When you're ready, slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade scapula stretching away from the body. Kicking and stretching equal. Simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick really hard, body down more, leg up more. Charge your body forward. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down. Let's do the left side. Bring your left hand up, out to the left. Reach back without turning or twisting your shoulder. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, thumb with your index finger. Bring your right arm up and back. Left hip forward, left hip down. Try to get your knees together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, lift your shoulder, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly kick into your hand. Simultaneously charge your body forward. Take your time. At first, you're just finding a place where you can balance, breathe, and back bend. So sometimes folks want to come down all the way without back bending. Make sure your chin and chest are lifted and your abdomen can relax in this one. The more you kick up, the more your back bend. So you're kicking in 2 directions. You're kicking back and you're kicking up. Eventually, you're going to kick all the way up to the ceiling and do the standing splits. Without losing the back bend, start to come down parallel to the floor. So chin and chest stay lifted. You're still looking forward. Slide the right shoulder forward. Relax the left shoulder back. Make sure you're breathing. Lock your right leg. Point your left toes. Body down more. Leg up more. Charge your body forward. Kick, kick, kick. Beautiful. Change slowly. Come up. Feet together. Arms down. Take a breath. Second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle, thumb with your index finger, left arm up, right hip forward, knees together. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Focus on the kick. All 5 fingers together, thumb with your index finger, palm of your left hand faces the floor. Get your left arm exactly parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower. Standing leg locked. If you fall out, take a breath, hop back in. Best way to fall is forward. Lock your left leg, point your right toes. Body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Kick yourself up, no rush. Last one, bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, right arm up and back, left hip forward, knees together. Maybe bring your right arm behind your ear flap. Lift your chin, lift your shoulder, take a breath, stretch up. When you can't stretch up anymore, kick into your hand. Simultaneously swipe your right arm along the profile of your face. Create maximum space between your right fingers and your left toes. So really charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your left leg back and up. Left hip down a little bit, right shoulder forward a little bit. Focus straight ahead. Make sure you're not grabbing the floor with your toes. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, body down to parallel, big toe to the ceiling. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Kick yourself up. All right, come to the back of your mat, Tula Dandasana, balancing stick, feet together. Inhale, arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, big stretch up. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, move your left hip forward. Lock both legs, point your left toes, stretch, and when you're ready, come down without opening your hip. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. So from the side, body makes a T like Tom, but not a broken umbrella. Body down more, leg up more. Charge your body forward, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, right foot back, lean back, stomach in. Step your left foot forward, bring your right hip forward. Shift your weight to your left foot, stretch, and tilt. So come down without opening the hip. Right hip down, 2 hips, 2 armpits facing the floor the whole time. Slowly body down, leg up, stomach in, chest down, chin a little forward, lift your leg up, leg up, leg up, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down, take your breath, hold still. Second set, arms overhead, sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. Other thumb, pinky finger on top, lean back, stretch up. Step your right foot forward, left hip forward. Lock both legs, point your left toes, stretch and tilt. So notice when the left hip starts to lift up, right? You want to drop the left hip down, spiral inner left thigh up, sole of left foot flat to the ceiling, ankle in line with your hip. Body down more, leg up more, stretch, change. Left foot down, right foot back, big stretch up, palms together. Step your left foot forward, tilt forward, lock both legs, and come down. Keep your arms with your ears the whole time, even if you don't go down all the way. One day, arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. Body down, leg up, charge your body forward, stretch, change. Right foot down, big toe touches, left foot back, arms down. Enough of that. Come to the top of your mat. You can face the long side of your mat for the separate leg series. I will face you standing, separate leg stretching, Dandayamana, Bikaptapada, Paschimottanasana. Inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together, stretch up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet, arms down parallel to the floor. So you're a little bit of a starfish. Whee! You can turn your toes in, so your feet are pigeon-toed, or you can point your toes forward. Lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Hinge at your hips, legs locked, beautiful, back flat, no bending the knees. Grab your heels from behind, pull, stretch, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. If your head's not yet touching the floor, you can try taking a bigger or smaller step. If you can't grab your heels, you can try taking a bigger or smaller step. You can also try grabbing the outsides of your feet, or if you have tight knees and hamstrings, it might help to start with your hands on the floor in front of you. Roll forward, everybody roll forward, find your edge, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs. You want the weight forward so you could almost lift your heels off the floor. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine stretching, whole body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. Good, change. Slowly come up, take your time, no rush. Step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, and slowly arms down. Take a breath. If your forehead touched the floor in the first set, take a smaller step so you can stretch your spine more. If your forehead was nowhere near the floor, maybe try taking a bigger or smaller step, right? Sometimes a wider step will help you stretch more, but by the same token, too big of a step, right? And you lose control of the legs. You want to feel the stretch on the backs of the legs, not the inner thighs. Second set, arms over your head sideways. Step your right foot to the right, the step that works for you, tall, grande, venti, customize it. You can turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, puff up your chest, and go down like you're closing a hard back book, back flat, legs locked. Eventually grab your heels from behind, bend your elbows back, elbows to calf, shoulders to ceiling, belly button to spine, stomach in, roll forward, lift your hips up, pull, stretch, lengthen, touch your head to the floor, in between your feet. If your head's not touching the floor, take a bigger step. Roll forward again, hips up, knees back, keep pulling, keep stretching, keep lengthening, touch your head to the floor, in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up with a flat back, like you're opening the book. Good, step your right foot back, arms over your head, and slowly arms down. Take a breath. Okay, triangle trikonasana, here we go. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step. Arms down parallel to the floor, back to our starfish. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back so you're already opening your hips and pelvis in the setup for the posture. Turn your right foot out, turn it out a ½ inch more. You can also turn your left heel out a little bit. Just make sure your heels are in line, not crisscross. Inhale, bend your right leg. You can bounce a couple times to warm up your hips and knees, and then start to lunge. Sit as low as you can that feels good. Eventually, right thigh bicep parallel to the floor. Lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling. Touch your chin to your shoulder. Profile of your face visible to the side wall. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. As you look up, actively stretch up. So use your right obliques, get your right side torso off of your right thigh, sit down more, chest up more, turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out. Make sure your heels are in line, not crisscross. Okay, inhale, bend your left leg, and you can bounce a couple times. You can try turning your right toes in more, moving your right hip forward. That helps you to sit down. Eventually, left leg makes an upside down L like Linda. Lean back and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, lift your right shoulder up, touch your shoulder to your chin. Reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down, bring your left rib cage forward so your chest is open. Push your right hip forward and down, push your left knee back with the help of your elbow, suck your stomach in, and stretch the crown of your head up to where the ceiling and left side wall meet. Turn and twist upper body back, lock your right leg, keep your whole right foot, even the outside edge of your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, and slowly with control, arms down, take a breath. Second set, arms over your head, big stretch up. Step your right foot to the right, big generous step. Be generous with yourself. Press your hips forward, lean back, turn your right foot out, maybe left toes in, maybe take a bigger step, maybe not. Bend your right leg and lunge. Sit as low as you can, lean back, and move your arms. So let's say that your right thigh isn't parallel to the floor yet, then maybe you have your wrist or forearm in front of the knee rather than your elbow. So you're not collapsing down, but you're also not all the way lifted, right? You want a nice long 45-degree angle from your ankle to the crown of your head. Look up towards the ceiling, really reach your left arm up, really reach your right arm down, right rib cage forward, left rib cage back. Look up, stretch up, sit down more, chest up more, turn and twist, upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out. Make sure two heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge. You want your knee directly over your ankle, not to the right or left of your ankle, not too far beyond your ankle, right? Sit down, lean back, and move your arms. Left elbow in front of the knee, right arm up to the ceiling. Look up and stretch up. If you feel like your feet are sliding apart uncontrollably, imagine you're gonna squeeze your heels back together. Feet stay in place, but that's the inner thigh strength we want to engage. Sink your right hip down, push your left knee back, reach your right shoulder up, look up, stretch up, stomach in more, chest up more, turn and twist. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, and arms down. Okay, slowing down, going inward, standing separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana, Bikram Yoga, Inhale your arms over your head, palms together, only cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right 3 to 4 feet. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room. Turn your back toes in. Push your left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down slowly with control. Chin to chest, stomach in. Touch your forehead and knee together. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Stretch your fingertips beyond your big and second toe. Bring a little bit more weight into your front foot. Maybe turn your left toes in more if it helps you move your left hip forward to get your 2 hips in line. Breathing normal, in and out through the nose. Notice if one hip is higher than the other, right? You want to get the 2 hips in line, 2 shoulders in line, so both sides of your back round equally the same. You're not like crunching into one side of your back or twisting your spine. Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl, left thigh forward, full stop at the top. Good. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. Look down. If your heels are crisscross like mine are, uncross your heels. Make sure you still have a big step between your feet. Turn your back toes in as much as you want to push the right hip forward, to push the right hip forward, right hip forward a little bit more. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down, chin to chest, stomach in. Touch your forehead and knee together. If your forehead and knee aren't touching, you can take a bigger step. You can bend your front leg. You can really push the floor away from your chin to chest. Eventually forehead and knee touch, but you're never forcing your body, right? Especially anytime we're rounding the spine. It's one you want to be careful of if you have like a history of slipped discs, or also if you're pregnant, right? So you want to leave space for your abdomen. Or again, if you just have a tight and crunchy back today, never force your body, especially with rounded spine postures. Eventually forehead touches knee, front side compression, throat choked, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick. Lock both legs, hands together first. Change, slowly uncurl, right hip forward, right shoulder forward, full stop at the top. Good, pivot on your heels, right foot back, slowly arms down, take a breath. Second set, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, maybe other thumb on top. Step your right foot to the right, at least 3 feet, 36 inches, maybe more. Pivot on your heels, turn your back toes in, move your left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. One fluid motion. Stretch up tall, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly with control go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You can't see your front foot all the way down. Chin to chest, try not to let the hips open, right? You want to move the left hip forward, chin to chest, touch your forehead and knee together. Again, you can take a bigger, smaller step. You can bend your front leg, you can push the floor away from you, touch your forehead and knee together, never force your body. Stretch your fingertips forward beyond your big and second toe, bring maximum weight to your front foot, right hip up, left hip forward to get your 2 hips in line, throat choke, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Push forehead into knee a couple times real quick. So lift your kneecaps. Lock both legs. Walk your hands back together first and change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, biceps with ears, head up, last. Beautiful. Pivot on your heels. I'm going to show you from the front. Make sure heels are in line, but not crisscross. Turn back toes in. Move right hip forward, right rib cage forward. So 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes at least a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, chin to chest, go down. What does it feel like to push your palms together all the way down? Like, do you feel biceps and triceps engaged? Balance challenge, keep hands together, keep pushing palms together, wrist straight, chin to chest, stomach in. So this is a compression posture. We're squeezing and compressing our abdominal wall as we round and stretch our spine. It's good for digestion, right? It's good for strengthening the core, massaging the internal organs, right? Of course, you're also really lengthening through the neck spine here, opening through the middle spine. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit, hips to ribs, ribs to hips, pull the abdomen in. Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, hands together, change. What does it feel like to push your palms together all the way up? Head up last, beautiful. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Great, come to the middle of your mat for tree pose, Tadasana. This is the hip opening series. These postures prepare us to balance to sit in lotus pose one day. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up. Touch your heel to your costume, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. Right hand up to the center of your chest, and if you can balance, left hand. Notice if one hip is higher than the other or snaking back. For most people, you want to move the right hip forward and the right knee back. Point your right toes. Notice if the elbows are out and the shoulders are tense. Bring the elbows down, shoulders down, chest up. Imagine you could temporarily eliminate any curvature in your spine. Good, change, right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, and lift your left leg up. Heel to costume. Slowly, gently let your left knee drop. Never force your body. Left hand up, and if you can balance, right hand. If your foot falls like mine does, you can hold onto your foot. So part of why we're balancing here again is to create muscle memory, right? We balanced on one leg for a while, then we went back to 2 feet. Now we come back balancing to one leg. So you're creating that muscle memory in your body so that balancing in your next class is a little bit more familiar. Left hip forward, left knee down, stretch up, pull the abdomen in, drop the tailbone down. Good, and change, left leg down. You can do a second set of tree pose. You can also try toe stand, Padangusthasana. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you, don't move your eyes. Lock your left leg, lift your right leg up. Anywhere above your knee is great, anywhere on your thigh. You can bring one or both hands together. Without moving your eyes, start to fold forward. 90% of your vision is peripheral, so even as you look to one spot on the floor, you should be aware of where your body is in time and space. Hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Breathe through your nose, stretch up. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand up, palms together, namaskar. Come a half inch off your heel. Whenever you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Nice. Whenever you're ready, change. Good stuff. Shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh, lift your left leg up, let your left knee drop. You can lean one or both hands together. I'm not going to do this side because of my toe injury, but I will walk you through it. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. When you're ready, fold forward. Maybe just leaning forward is enough for today. Hands to floor, lean forward even more, shoulders over wrists, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down. Take your time. As you're ready, walk your hands back to either sides of your hips, left hip a little forward, try to get your 2 knees in line. Left hand up to the center of your chest, right hand up, palms together, elbows down, shoulders down, spine long, come a half inch off your heel. Whenever you're ready, place your hands on the floor first. Lift your hips up, press your heel down, push your hips forward, lift from your lower ribs to lift up. Awesome. Change. Left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. We are on the floor for the rest of class. What a delight. Okay. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, heels together, toes fall open. Eyes open, mouth closed, take a breath. And once you've taken one breath, try taking another breath. The same way that sometimes we just have to put one foot in front of the other, sometimes we also just have to put one breath in front of the other, right? And especially sometimes when we, worry a little bit too much about the future, or we're, caught in the past, right? Or whatever that is, it's really easy to forget that we have this tool of our breath, right? But if you really start to check in, just with this moment, it might not be so bad after all, right? So just taking a moment here to check in. Notice where you might be holding on to some tension in your body. Just let it go. Let the floor hold you up. Notice, those little worries or cares that are still kind of in the back of your mind, occupying some real estate. Just politely set those aside. Let them go. Some people say that the real yoga is the floor series for 26 and 2 yoga, and the whole standing series is just a warm-up, right? Like we purposely kind of like twist and turn and look back and down and right and left and like balance on one leg, right? And we discombobulate ourselves so that maybe we're a little bit more relaxed by the time we hit the floor. And then we can do the real work of like strengthening our back, right? Opening the lower body joints, all of that stuff. So this is the good stuff. If you had a difficult standing series, let it go. This is like a new chapter, new day, new class. This is the good stuff. Pavana Muktasana, when removing pose, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin just below the knee, nice tight white knuckle grip, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, pull and hold. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, pull your knee out and down. So this is kind of a transitional posture. It's part of the hip opening series, like tree pose and toe stand. It's good for digestion. And we're also, on our back, right? Change, left leg down, Both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug. So this posture kind of inhabits two worlds at once. On the one hand, it's part of the floor series, but on the other hand, it's part of the hip opening series like tree pose and toe stand. And again, it's really good for digestion. We're purposely doing this posture before we do the spine strengthening series, right? Where you're on your stomach, squeeze your knees together and down, keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body and hold. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, release, arms down, eyes open, take a breath. Marlene is smoking again. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands, pull down, putting a little bit of pressure on the lower right abdomen, massaging ascending colon. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down, massaging your descending colon. Keep your right shoulder on the floor, right glute on the floor. If your right calf muscle doesn't actually touch the floor, you can flex your right toes back to your face. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself another hug, maybe other elbow on top, squeeze your knees together and down, keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body without lifting your head, tuck your chin in a little bit, puff your chest up a little bit so neck and shoulders are on the floor, belly button heavy like lead, middle spine on the floor, squeeze your knees together, push your shins into your forearms to roll your hips into the floor so the whole spine lengthens and realigns as you massage your transverse colon, the midtown train. Change, arms down, legs down, Savasana. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, skip the sit up, roll off to the side. I do it all the time. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Turn, lie on your abdomen for the spine strengthening series. Pregnancy alternative is fish pose on your back. Place your hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling. From a bird's eye view, I can't see your manicure. Zip up your legs, toes and heels touch, block your legs, look up and lift, stretch your upper body off the floor. Use your back strength, come up halfway only. Elbows stay bent, they make an L, a 90-degree angle. Roll your shoulders back and down. Stretch your elbows to your hip bones. Keep your feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, press your feet down, lift your kneecaps, right? Thighs, quads contracting. Squeeze your butt, press your hips and pelvis down. Make sure your hands are flat, not cupping. Push your hands down. Keep your neck long. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, beautiful. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling. Toes together, heels fall open. I got a manicure for the first time yesterday, first time in like 16 months. And I told the person, I was like, this is my first manicure in 16 months. And he was like, that's nice. I was like, okay, I thought it was cool, right? But I'm sure he's hearing that every day. I just thought it was funny. He was like, okay, what else is new? Second set, bring your chin forward, place your hands flat on the floor, just below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift, stretch your upper body off the floor. Roll your shoulders back and down, stretch your elbows to your hips. Keep your feet together, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push your feet, hips and hands down. Stretch the elbows down more, lift the chest up more, lengthen the crown of your head up to the ceiling so your neck stays long. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Change, slowly lower down. Look to your left, right ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. I have a friend who's a manager of a popular restaurant in Washington, D.C. That stayed open for a lot of COVID. And like at one point, a lot of their staff got COVID. Nobody died, luckily. But I remember talking to him, and this was like before the vaccines had fully rolled out, but people were just anxious to leave the house. And he would tell me how every single shift that he worked, some family would come up and say like, this is our first outing out of the house in a year, right? Or in months. And they were so excited to tell him. But from his perspective, he was thinking like, whoa, like a lot of us are going out in a way that's maybe not safe. And it just reminds me of the same way that I told like the guy at the salon yesterday, this is my first manicure. And he was like, okay, that's nice, right? Sometimes I think you know, from my perspective, I think something is novel. And from somebody else's perspective, right, like that's their real life, or that's like a struggle that they're having. Bring your chin forward, locust shalabhasana, arms straight, rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day, pinky fingers touch. Spread your fingers wide. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. The pregnancy alternative is to come into tabletop and lift opposite arm, opposite leg. So you're still strengthening through your spine, your glute, your hamstring. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your heel up, change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Keep your triceps tight, shoulders down, stretch your big toe to the back wall. Lock your left leg, squeeze your left glute, point your left toes, lift your heel all the way up. Change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin in just a little bit. You're not tucking your chin all the way in. You want your mouth on your mat, neck nice and long, mouth down, spread your fingers wide, shoulders down. Micro bend your elbows, press your shoulders down. Zip up your legs, toes, heels touch. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, lift both legs up, come up. Everybody come up. You can do it, struggle a little harder. Don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up. Change, slowly lower down, bring your arms out. Look to the right, left ear on your mat. And what I love about yoga is it really, at least for me, like it really expands my humanity and my compassion, right? Not just towards myself, but towards other people as well. To be honest, when the salon guy was like kind of flippant towards me, I was like, ah, that's hurtful. I'm so proud of myself for not going to a salon for 16 months. And then in my head, I was like, right, but he didn't have that choice, right? So it probably doesn't feel so good. Again, what I love about yoga is it helps get us like out of our ego, out of that reactionary state to other people who we can't control, back into our compassion for ourselves, for others. We expand, I think, like our understanding of one another, our compassion for one another, our ability to even like put ourselves in somebody else's shoes, right? Our empathy gets expanded the more that we, you know, practice empathy towards ourselves. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor. So practice empathy for yourself within the yoga asanas. You can keep your hands out to the side or eventually bring your arms underneath you. If it's a little uncomfortable, that's okay. But if your like wrists or elbows hurt with your arms underneath you, keep them out to the side. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. For my hyperflexible people, notice if you're pushing your wrists and elbows down, try to push your shoulders and knuckles down instead. Triceps tight, lift your heel. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up without opening the hip. Keep your left hip down. This is really good practice for balancing stick without having to balance. Feel what it feels like to have two hips in line. Change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin in a little bit, mouth down. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. And zip up your legs so you don't have two legs, you have one tail, toes, heels touch. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, lift both legs up, press your hips into your forearms, push your hands back, roll forward, mouth down, shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up. Good, change, slowly lower down. Bring your arms out, look to the left, right here on your mat, and take a breath. Get a nice rush of blood all the way into the fingertips. Right, it's the release from this posture is as therapeutic as the posture itself. It's especially good if you have frozen shoulder, tennis elbow, carpal tunnel, arthritic joints in your fingertips, right? You create a little bit of a tourniquet effect on the arms, then you release them from under the body and get a nice rush of blood. Full locust, Purna Shalabhasana, chin forward, arms out to the side, like airplane wings, feet together, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up, and lift, arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor, beautiful, like a 747 taking off, looks so nice. Just your hips on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up to the ceiling where your eyes go, body knows to follow. All 5 fingers together, hands flat, reach your arms apart, hands at a 45-degree angle, so your hands aren't all the way down, but they're also not all the way lifted, right? Keep your neck long, knees, feet together, lock your legs, lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down. Tuck in your wings, look to the right, left ear on your mat, take a breath. So all of these postures are little back bends, and all of these postures are so good for strengthening your back, especially if you tend to hunch forward, sit at a desk all day. Maybe for the last year, you've been doing work from like not your desk, like from your bed or a sofa, and that's a lot of hunching forward too. All of these postures are so good for your spine health, right? And they're good heart openers too. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. So in Chinese medicine, there's different meridians in your body, and one of them is the heart meridian. It runs from your hands across your chest, hand to hand. So we're opening the heart meridian here. In Chinese medicine, the heart is the center of the body. That's the decision maker, not the head. So I love this idea that we're stretching, opening, tapping into the heart meridian here, right? Getting us a little bit more out of our brains, a little bit more into our heart space. Lock your legs, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to your left, right here on your mat. I sometimes wonder how different our culture would be if traditionally, like the center of the body, like the decision-making process wasn't the brain, it was the heart, right? If that's what we believed. I think often we think that we are thinking beings who occasionally feel, but more and more research shows we are feeling beings who occasionally think, right? So through yoga, we get out of that cerebral nature, which is also just like kind of false, right? It's not just that like we're all smart. I know all of you, everybody's very smart in here, but it's kind of false to think that that's really what we're leading with. We're always leading with our heart, right? And these yoga postures, these heart openers, help us tap into that and trust that a little bit more. Dhanurasana floor bow, bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with your index fingers. Pregnancy variations, first set bridge, second set wheel if you want. Squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up to the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Good, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. This posture is good for digestion. It's also a really good back bend, a shoulder opener. You're stretching through your chest, right? Try to keep your knees and ankles in line with your hips so your knees aren't too far apart. Point your toes, look up to the ceiling, keep your neck long. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat. Arms down, eyes open, take a breath. Second set, bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes. Thumbs with your index fingers. Notice if your wrists are bending. Second set, see if you can bring the insides of your wrists closer together to straighten your wrists. If you have small hands like I do, yes, that means that you're relying on your upper fingertip strength, but that's not a bad thing to work on that, right? Point your toes, squeeze your tush, look up, and kick into your hands. So there's been time in this yoga where I feel bad for myself, like, oh, my small hands make this posture harder. Like, okay, right? We all have those postures that are a little bit harder because of our body proportions. And we all have those postures that are a little bit easier because of our body proportions. I've never met someone who is good at every single posture naturally, right? We all have postures that from the get-go feel good, feel natural. And we all have postures that from the get-go are a little bit tough. And those are actually usually the ones that we need the most. Point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your left, right here on your mat. It sounds absurd when I say it out loud to say like, I have struggled with feeling sorry for myself in yoga because I have small fingers, like small hands, short fingers. But it's true. I've actually like wallowed in that for a while before I really think about what I'm doing. And I'm like, what? Like you're practicing yoga, you're breathing through your nose. You're like the luckiest person alive. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push yourself up. I really believe we're like the luckiest people in the world. Come to the top of your mat, fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. Open your knees, open your feet. You can start in tabletop position. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, start to walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time. One day, sit down between your heels. Put your hands on your feet, bend your right elbow down, stopping anywhere you feel a point of pain. Left elbow down, knees never come off the floor. Drop your head back, head to the floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head. Grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is just perfect. You want a gentle stretch through your toes
ankles, knees, thighs, and hips, never a point of pain. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, letting everything stretch out and realign. So sometimes, especially when I'm injured or I'm dealing with something where I can't do a posture, again, it can be easy to get into self-pity, get into our ego. And that's always an invitation when you notice yourself doing that, just to let that go and just focus on what you can do. And I've found the majority of the time that there's often more that I can do than I realize. And actually, usually there's more that you can do than you can't do, even if it's just different from what you're used to, right? That's actually kind of a joy, and a sequence that's like the same. What a gift, right? To try something new, a modification, right? A different version of the posture. What a cool thing. You're welcome to skip sit-ups by rolling off to the side. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Okay, turn, come to the top of your mat, second set, fixed firm. If first set was easy, bring your knees together. If first set was really tough, try opening your knees wider. And as you're ready, you're gonna walk your hands back and eventually sink your hips down. Another tip, if you have big calf muscles, sometimes our calves just get in the way of us sitting down. You can always take your hands to your calves and roll them out, and then it might be a little bit easier to sit down. Put your palms on your soles, right elbow, left elbow, head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab other elbow on top. If this is easy, maybe walk your shoulders back closer to your hips to lift your chest higher, like a natural human bridge. If that's easy, maybe slide your knees back together, but knees never come off the floor. Good, change, put your hands on your feet. Press yourself up carefully with control, head up last, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Sometimes when we do the first Savasana, like when we hit the floor, we're all very intentional about okay, heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed. And then slowly Savasana by Savasana, it gets a little sloppier, do you know what I mean? So notice if you've kind of starfished or done something else, and at least for this style of yoga, you want to do your kind of very intentional meditative Savasana every time, where the heels are close together, the arms are down by your side. Sometimes when our mind starts to wander, that's when our body starts to wander too. So, by that same token, it means that if you're aware of where your body is in time and space, then that's something for your mind to anchor to, right? So kind of using the body to keep the mind present. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, good. Turn, come to the back of your mat, half tortoise, Ardha Karmasana. Sit knees, feet together, stretching out the toes and ankles, hips on your heels. If it hurts to sit on your heels, you can always start standing on your shins. Arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, big stretch up, stomach in, and go down. You can put one or both hands on the floor to help yourself in, or go down forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Keep your chin a little away from your chest. You could put a grapefruit between your chin and your chest so that your neck is long. You're not bending the spine in any way. The whole back is stretching. Tilt your pinky fingers down, squeeze palms together, elbows and wrists off the floor. Just the knife edges of your pinky fingers touch the floor, rest of the arms are in the air. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Good, change, squeeze knees, feet, hands together as you lift up. Very nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. So you can always, if the sit-ups ever start to bother your back, you can always skip them by rolling off to the side. Or conversely, sometimes like today, I'll skip the first few sit-ups and then I'll try one, right? So I think often we get into kind of danger with yoga and with relationships and with life
if it's an always or never situation. I can never do this thing, or I can always do this thing, right? Or you always say this, or you never do this, right? That's when we get into like danger. So with yoga, and probably outside of yoga too, if you notice yourself saying like, I never do the sit-ups, or I always do head to knee pose, that's when we want to like take a step back and go, you know what? There's days where it's not appropriate to do a posture. And there's other days where like you're probably ready to do that thing that's been a little bit tough. So just keep that in mind. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. You can always roll off to the side instead. Okay, come to the back of your mat, second set. Half tortoise, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head sideways, palms together, cross your thumbs. Big stretch up and slowly go down. Can you touch your forehead to the floor before your little fingers? So hard. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, come on up, knees, feet, hands together, beautiful, arms down, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Here we are, camel, Ustrasana, what a delight. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful. Happy Saturday, friends. Come to the top of your mat for Camel Ustrasana, our deepest back bend. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Keep your eyes open. Press your hips a little forward so you want your hips over your knees. Keep your eyes open. Start to look up towards the ceiling. Sometimes just standing on your knees is enough of a hip and chest opener. When you're ready, you're going to drop your head back. Option to stay here or keep your hands on your back and go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back, look for your toes behind you. Good. When you're ready, place your hands on your back. Press yourself up carefully with control. Head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, letting everything stretch out and realign. So this is an example of where you want to get that good intentional Savasana, right? Where you're really aware of your body in time and space. Sometimes this posture can release emotions. And often I found it's not our emotions that are the problem, it's our reactions to our emotions. So notice if you are judging whatever is coming up or not coming up right now. Notice if you're assigning judgment to that or attaching to it in any way. You're just going to let it go instead. So sometimes, you know, when an emotion pops up, our reaction is to ignore it and pretend that it's not there. Or our reaction is to attach to it, right? And like almost like define yourself. Like I am angry. I am sad. I am joyful, rather than like, I feel anger, I feel sadness, right? Yoga offers us this middle way where we can acknowledge how we're feeling, but we're not attaching to it. It's not an I am statement. It's more like an I feel or I am experiencing statement. So I'm experiencing my heart rate increase a little bit. I can tell that my central nervous system has kicked on a little bit, but I also know that I'm so much more than those feelings passing through me. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat. Second set. You can open your knees a little wider. Also, if you have tight knees, you can roll up your mats. There's extra padding on your knees. Open your knees 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your back, and we're going to take it slow, right? So just know that you have some time to get into it. Maybe bring elbows closer together behind you. One day start to look up, lift your nose and chin. This might be enough, but one day head goes back. Stay here as long as you want. When you're ready, go back halfway. You can linger here, or when you're ready, right hand down, left hand down, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. If you can't grab your heels, keep your hands on your back. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift chest up, Drop head back, be still and breathe. Whenever you're ready, put your hands on your back, press yourself up. Have a blast, very nice. Turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Just allow yourself a moment of stillness and breath in and out through the nose. You don't always have time for a long camel pose, but I think it is like such a treat to do that from time to time. Letting everything go through the exhale breath. That's an example of something that can feel quite intense when you're in it or when you're out of it, but it always helps me walk a little bit taller, a little bit lighter after yoga, right? Taking a breath. Let's keep going. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. If you're doing the sit up, enjoy the stretch, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Okay, come to the middle of your mat for rabbit, Sasangasana, our deepest forward curl. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly with control go down. Chin to chest, stomach in, forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor. Reach back, grab your heels, don't lose the grip. Pull on your heels, you can stay right here, or when you're ready, lift your hips back. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. You want about 30% of your body weight in your head and 70% on that full palm grip on your heels. So if you're losing the grip on your heels, you're tipping forward too much, really reach back, pull on your heels, press your hips forward, lock your arms. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc. Head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. I started to drool in that posture. I don't know what that means. Like, am I losing control of my faculties? Okay, legs together, arms over your head. Let's do it again. Tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Always something new, even after all these years. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside, stretch up tall. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest, stomach in. Forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, squeeze your heels together, squeeze your heels together. Sometimes you have to hear things a few times to internalize it. So if nobody's told you this yet today, you are loved, you are loved, you are so loved. Change, hips down first, slowly uncurl, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, Savasana. Okay, our little warm down series is here. We're going to repeat motions like head to knee stretching and twisting that we've done throughout class, creating that muscle memory at the end of class so that next class is still familiar. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat for Janushirasana, head to knee pose. Right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L as in legs. Make sure that your right thigh is not on top of your left foot. You want the sole of your left foot pushing into your inner right thigh bicep. Inhale, arms overhead, big stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your exactly forehead on your knee, front side compression, throat choke, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Heel forward, toes back, stomach in, elbows down, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll in to the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle, Big stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. If your forehead and knee don't touch with a straight leg, that is quite common. Bend your left leg as much as you want to touch your knee and head together. Make it easy, especially in the first set, right? So much of life is hard. Why not make this easy? Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Slowly over time, you're going to press your heel forward. Bend your elbows down. Notice if all of your body weight is in your left sit bone. Roll to the right, right sit bone down, right knee down, right shoulder down, two shoulders in line. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Can stick your butt out as much as you want. And if it helps, keep your knees bent so you can go down with a flat back, straight spine. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out even more. See if you can lock your legs, puff up your chest and fold forward. Spiral inner thighs down, flex pinky toes back. So notice if your toes are turning in like tacos. Tacos come after class, flex your little toes back, soles of the feet flat, pull, stretch, lengthen. Try to touch your forehead to your toes. Change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Relax your jaw. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, second set, right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle, no wider. So in some versions of head to knee, the legs are really wide, but in this one, you want the hips square. Arms overhead, big stretch up, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. If it's easy to touch your forehead to your knee with a bent leg, keep going. See if you can straighten or even lock your leg. One day heel off the floor, one day elbows to floor, sandwiching the calf muscles, stomach in more, left rib cage down, right rib cage up, two shoulders, two hips in line. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, big stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. So this is great practice for standing head to knee without having to balance. Feel what it feels like to have your left leg locked. You're looking towards your belly button, shoulders back away from your ears, elbows down, heel forward, lock your knee. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. Option to stay here or lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out a little bit more. Lock your legs, puff up your chest, and fold. Roll the shoulders back and down. Imagine you're gonna hook your rib cage over your knees. Try to get the backs of the knees on the floor, heels off the floor. Lock your legs, keep pulling, keep stretching, lengthen, touch your head to your toes. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Take a breath. Relax your forehead. The legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Heels on the floor. Wonderful, come to the middle of your mat for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Final spinal, bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee corner. Right hand close behind you like a second spine, left arm up and over, draw a circle. Push your left elbow into right knee, get it out of the way. See if you can grab your left knee with your left hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. Look down. If you are sitting on your left foot, slide it out of the way, roll to the right. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance. You can also reach behind you, catch your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones so you're not leaning back or to one side. Shoulders down, chest up, stomach in. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs. Wee, bend your right leg on the floor. Hey, you can also have your right leg in front of you, or when you're super tight, you can also sit crisscross applesauce. So lots of options here. Inhale, place your left hand behind you, right arm up and over, draw a circle, grab your right knee with your right hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. So again, if one hip is way lifted, you want to move the left hip down, point your right toes, keep your right knee on the floor. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you, do the half bind. So things like point your right toes can sound kind of like a little bit nitpicky, right? But actually, if you think about it, again, it's this idea that at the end of class, when we start to think about what comes after class, things like I am aware that I am pointing my right toes, I'm aware that my shoulders down and my chest are up, are a really wonderful way to keep your mind with your body, even at the end of class. Point your right toes, right knee down, left foot down, inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. That's like one of the most common things that I get from people when I tell them that I teach this style of yoga is they're like, oh, like the teacher was so like specific and exacting. And I was like, well, yeah, because your body is specific and exacting. Like, you know, imagine if, I don't know, like imagine if your tailor, you know, tailored your favorite pants an inch too short and now you can't wear them out. Or you got braces and the orthodontist accidentally moved your teeth a centimeter in the wrong direction, right? So same thing when you hear things like step your right foot to the right, exactly hip width distance. There's a reason for that, right? It's exacting because like you are specific and unique and you want to dig into that. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat and tall, final breathing, sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce. Every once in a while, try to sit on your feet. It's easier breathing for your diaphragm. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. Concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you exhale through your mouth as you pull your abdomen in. When the stomach relaxes, the lungs automatically take in air. So the exhale is quite audible, it's forceful, it's intentional. The inhale is passive, subtle, you barely notice it happening. All 5 fingers together, hands flat, shoulders down, chest proud, look straight ahead, and begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. Turn around. Final Savasana. You can close your eyes. Open your arms and legs as much as you want. Get as big or as little as you want. You can starfish. And take a nice slow breath. And once you've taken one breath, maybe try taking another breath. Right, so the same way that we put one foot in front of the other, one posture in front of the other, we're just practicing what it might feel like just to put one breath in front of another. And know that if that is all you do today, all you do is breathe and put one breath in front of the other, you've done enough. Breathing in, breathing out, and all is coming.